Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Collector. Welcome to my Nerd Cave. This is just kind of a one-shot, non-edited discussion video. I've had Star Wars on my mind, so I wanted to discuss Star Wars a little bit, because I'm always down for discussing Star Wars. Now, I want to state that not all Star Wars movies are perfect. Most of them have a lot of flaws. But I have overall been able to get over most of those flaws and enjoy the movie itself as a Star Wars film. Even going so far as to owning the original the prequel trilogy, excuse me, on Blu-ray, Steelbook edition, of course. Why not? However, I would like to say that is it just me or does Yoda kind of stick out? I mean, you got villain, Yoda. I don't know. To me, I mean, Jango Fett, maybe Count Dooku. I mean, Christopher Lee's mug right there would be great. But instead, we have an inconsistent Blu-ray set. Of course, the best of the prequels, I got Rogue One here on Blu-ray. This also has a DVD with it. Yeah, Forces of Destiny Volume 1. I honestly have not even watched it. I don't know what it's about. So, maybe I should look into it. Also, why is it on DVD? I mean, this is Blu-ray. Whatever. The Force Awakens, that's a limited edition Blu-ray. Where did I get that from? I don't know. It's the collector's edition Blu-ray for The Force Awakens, though. 3D Blu-ray, because why not? And the ever-so polarizing Star Wars The Last Jedi Target exclusive Blu-ray set. What are my thoughts on these? As far as all the newest Star Wars movies, that's everything after the prequels, everything that takes place since they just started, since J.J. Abrams took over with this one. This one's probably my favorite of them. Rogue One would be a close second. Now, as far as The Force Awakens goes, I actually do really enjoy that one. I mean, I get that it's a rehash of the original trilogy for the most part. That's fine, you know? After all the mishaps and everything that took place with the prequels, they had to show that they can actually do a good Star Wars movie, and that's what that was. It was a good Star Wars movie. Granted, rehashing the original trilogy, but there's really nothing really wrong with it. They just wanted to get their foot in the door so that they can carry on with the new trilogy, and I respect that. I still really enjoyed the movie overall. As far as Rogue One goes, yeah, I mean, it starts out pretty slow, but that last act, the third act of that movie, makes up for it. I thought it was awesome. It was like the opening sequence of Saving Private Ryan, but saved for the end of the movie. It was awesome. I mean, the whole beach storming scene, every bit of it. I mean, and yeah, of course, you know, all the characters you couldn't really get attached to through the movie or whatever. But did you really want to? You knew they were going to die. You haven't seen them in any subsequent movies. So, of course, they were going to die there. I mean, yeah. Plus, it had the best Darth Vader scene in film history. So, that's why I love it so much. Is for that one scene alone, it went into some horror realm with Darth Vader, and I loved it. Now, The Last Jedi. This one, let me tell you, nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. And so many people hated Last Jedi, but you know what? Overall, I actually do enjoy it. I really do. That being said, before you decide I am stupid or whatever, let me just say I do have faults with the movie. The casino scene, for one, which it was kind of weird they saved the space horses and not the slave children. I don't know. But that whole sequence could have been cut. They could have done something else for it. Yeah, fine. That whole casino scene was just stupid. I did not like when Rose sacrificed herself to stop Finn from sacrificing himself. I love Finn. I really do. I think he's a good character. And he's one of the best things for the sequel trilogy. But that's kind of why I wanted him to sacrifice himself. Because how powerful would that have been for Finn to have sacrificed himself to stop the First Order's laser cannon thing from, you know, obliterating the Resistance? I mean, Again, nothing against Finn. It would have just been so powerful to have seen one of the main characters die to protect everybody. I mean, that's just like the heroic thing to do. So that was worthless. I mean, whatever. I do kind of wish that the Captain Phasma Finn fight went on a little bit longer, but again, the fucking casino scene took up so much time, they had to, mulligan it out. But, I mean, goddamn, she's played by Gwendolyn Christie. She's like the 5th least likely person to die in Game of Thrones, and Star Wars offed her twice. But, whatever. I loved Luke. I thought Mark Hamill gave one of the best live action performances he has ever given, because his animated performances are way better than his live actions, but I think this was a very good performance by him. I like that we saw that he made a mistake and almost went dark on us, because that shows he's human, we don't get to see the human side of Jedis most of the time, so I thought that was cool. So, yeah, I mean, I get most people's complaints with it, but as far as, like, the humor goes, as far as Luke goes, yeah, the Leia floating through space was a little bit awkward, but whatever, I can get over that. As far as all that goes, I'm fine with it. It's just those 3 things that I discussed that I did have an issue with. So again, it's not perfect, but I did enjoy it overall. Now, where are my original trilogy Blu-rays, you might be asking? I do not own them. I do own the DVDs. They're over at my mom's house, actually, because that's where I keep my projector, so I just keep the Star Wars DVDs over there. I just don't feel like double dipping for an edition of Star Wars I don't want. My generation got screwed on Star Wars. The Star Wars that we grew up with was the prequel trilogy. And the versions of the theatrical, or the versions of the original trilogy that we got were the re-releases that George Lucas decided to slap a bunch of CGI bullshit in. So, I don't care to have those on Blu-ray. I have them on DVD, and that's whatever. The reason that Disney does not release them like that, though, up until now, is because they didn't own the rights to the theatrical cuts. When they bought Star Wars and all they got was the re-release cuts. Now, however, Disney is acquiring Fox, which, granted, that does give me some concerns about the X-Men franchise and the Deadpool movies, but them owning Fox means that they can legally re-release the theatrical cuts of the original Star Wars trilogy. Now, I would not have an issue if the George Lucas cuts were included in the Blu-rays. I just want Blu-ray quality original trilogy as it was originally released. Nothing added to it. No Darth Vader screaming no, no lame Jabba the Hutt scene that still had Greedo in it, even though Greedo died the scene before. No fucking Greedo shooting first. Just the theatrical cuts of the original Star Wars movies in Blu-ray quality. That's all I really want. And the DVDs I have are the George Lucas re-releases. I really don't watch those. When I watch Star Wars, I watch these. Mostly those, but sometimes those. These are, however, better quality because these have enhanced video and audio quality. But these are the theatrical cuts. This is actually, the last VHS release for the theatrical cuts. There is a DVD set for the theatrical cuts out there. I own Empire Strikes Back, meaning I own the one that had the least amount of changes to on DVD. I cannot find the others at a reasonable price, so I'm just kind of stuck watching VHS quality theatrical cuts or George Lucas re-released DVDs. Yay. So, that's all I really wanted to discuss. I actually discussed this a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away on an older video. But don't bother looking that up. I'm way more awkward and cringy back then. Not to say that this isn't cringy, because I'm still kind of sick. I have a chest thing, so I'm sounding kind of rough right now. I'm phlegmy and whatnot. But, in fact, this is actually my 3rd time trying to film this video. because they did not come out great, and I actually need new editing software, so I can't really do edits right now. But I just kind of wanted to discuss what I want from Disney, because I so often I hear people talk about how Disney ruined Star Wars. First off, they did not ruin Star Wars. George Lucas actually did that a while back. So, if anything, Disney's just trying to profit, basically. And yeah, they've made buku money on Star Wars Last Jedi, Star Wars The Force Awakens, Rogue One, and to a lesser extent Solo, which, by the way, I am going to buy on Blu-ray. And as far as my thoughts on that goes, I didn't hate Solo as much as everybody else did. Yeah, they played it way too safe, and I still think Alden, what the fuck's his last name, was grossly miscast. He looks nothing like Harrison Ford. But Donald Glover as Lando was pretty spot on. I loved it. I thought he was great. But I do get that they played it safe because they were so concerned with people's complaints about how not safe they played Last Jedi. But still, I would have loved for them to have taken more risks. And they did, however, have one crazy surprise appearance at the end of it, and I'm not going to spoil it or anything. But it really had my hopes high for what was going to come from that. Plus, they showed Han shooting first, and that was excellent. So, kudos to that. And as far as everybody that boycotted Solo because they didn't want to see it, and made Disney decide they want to put Obi-Wan on hold, you can go fuck yourselves. I really want my Obi-Wan movie. Bring back Ewan McGregor, and I actually really want the dude that directed Logan to direct it. Because he was very good with bringing the whole Western style to Logan. So that's what I want from Obi-Wan. Is a Western or samurai. Those two kind of go hand in hand, really, if you think about it. Plus, those really inspire each other a lot over the years. I want that style to go into Obi-Wan. Of course, bring back Ewan McGregor. Did I just say that? I think I did. But anyway, way off topic. Well, not really, because it's Star Wars. But, yeah. Once that comes out, I'm going to, of course, buy the Blu-ray. But if Disney really wants to profit off of Star Wars and get some of their street cred back, release the theatrical cuts on Blu-ray. I mean, it's really too easy. Once the Fox merger is concluded, that should be the first thing they do, is just release the theatrical cuts. Again, they can have the George Lucas cuts included on the Blu-ray disc or on a separate disc in the Blu-ray. But, I mean, that's a no-brainer for me. You know, release it. The fans will applaud for it. It will probably sell out within the first week. You'd have to pre-order in order to actually get your mitts on one. And I damn sure would. I would pre-order these movies. So, that's all that I really... Oh. Also, Disney, release Star Wars 1313. Because I really wanted that video game, and you fucked me on that, so... Okay, that's all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to put my thoughts about Star Wars and the state of things, and just kind of give my thoughts. Empire Strikes Back's the best one, too. I should probably put that in there. I just wanted to discuss Star Wars a little bit, because I'm always down for that. Like, I'm even wearing a Star Wars shirt. Where did I get this? A thrift store. I honestly have no idea who made it, so can't give you any links or anything to that. But, yeah, just my love of Star Wars. Oh, release those on Blu-ray, too. And the holiday special while you're at it. Yeah, I would buy those. But anyway, that's all that I really wanted to talk about and discuss. Plus, this video is running on 15 minutes now. So, yeah. If you have any other thoughts on Star Wars, then by all means, leave them in the comment section. If you're new here, subscribe, ring the little bell, and get notified whenever I upload. I do upload sporadically, so it might help. Anyway, that's really all the time I've got, and yeah. Anybody else out there loves Star Wars, go ahead and discuss it. So anyway, I am the Nostalgia Collector, and always remember, physical media will never die.